breaking news this morning. A state representative from right here in the Nashville area, Carson, goes by the name Bill Beck, was arrested overnight. Officials say he is facing DUI and implied consent charges. He was driving on Woodland Street, we're told, around 2 o'clock this morning, about 5 hours ago, when he was pulled over. He was taken into custody. He booked out this morning on a $5,000 bond. This video of Beck released just before 6 o'clock this morning. Our photojournalist on the scene there as State Representative Beck getting into that SUV. His district does include part of the downtown area.
Also breaking this morning out of Murfreesboro, there's been a shooting at a bar near campus at MTSU. Let's go to Matthew Torres, who's been monitoring this situation from the newsroom. So Matthew, what have you learned so far this morning?
Well, right now we are being told that the victim not looking too good since he was shot several times. Murfreesboro police aren't releasing too much information as far as the description of the shooter, and at last check, that shooter is still out there. Take a look at the video from the scene. This shooting happened outside Gentleman Gyms and Campus Pub on Gunnarsson Avenue. This was just around 2:30 this morning as the bar was closing. So keep in mind, there were, I'm sure, scary moments for the bar goers out there. No word really on what led up to the shooting. That is what remains to be the big mystery as to what really have caused the shooting. But at last, from what the detective on the scene told us, that victim had to be flown to Vanderbilt Medical Center after getting shot 6 times. Again, that gunman is still on the run, and at last check, the victim is in critical condition. We are reporting live in the newsroom this morning. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5 HD.
Matthew, thank you. And a new development to tell you about in the case of an MTSU student that is accused of being involved in that horrible gang rape during spring break down at Panama City Beach. MTSU administrators say they will be taking disciplinary action against George Kennedy. He's charged with sexual assault at that Panama City Beach, the third person arrested in this graphic sexual assault that was recorded for some reason on cell phone video. Kennedy transferred to Middle Tennessee back in January, so he's not been on campus very long. University officials say they cannot tell us what actions they will take because of federal privacy laws.
Also new this morning, a family has to find somewhere else to stay after a fire. Their rental home. Fire crews say 2 kids found the flames in the back of the house, and the house is on Rosebank Avenue near Shelby Bottoms. Heavy damage to the kitchen, but in all, apparently enough damage that firefighters say it is unlivable. A dog, family pet, was lost in the fire, and there was 1 resident treated at the scene for anxiety. Crews are not calling it suspicious at this time.
A teenager is in big trouble this morning, has been convicted of killing his mother. The jury did find Zachary Davis guilty of first-degree murder yesterday. The Hendersonville teenager beat his mother while she was sleeping back in 2012. He was only 15 at the time. He was also found guilty of attempted first-degree murder and aggravated arson because after the murder, he set his house on fire with the older brother still inside. That brother did escape. Davis will be sentenced June the 5th. He could be getting a life sentence. And take a look at these 2 guys. Hendersonville police say they were involved in an early morning robbery on Donna Drive yesterday. Tyler Wilson there on the left, wanted for aggravated robbery and 1 count of reckless endangerment. They also need your help trying to find another suspect, the guy there on the right. If you know where Wilson could be or who that other person is, call the Hendersonville Police Department. 1 person's already been arrested, though, in connection with the crime. Tremel Lewis, he's being held right now on a $50,000 bond.
Well, in politics now, the Bible won't become Tennessee's state book, at least not this year. After days of heated debate, the Senate voted to send the bill to the Judiciary Committee to discuss the bill's legal issues. The state attorney general says the bill to make the Bible the official state book violates the Tennessee and U.S. constitutions. Still, supporters weren't giving up. Morristown Republican Senator Steve Sutherland made an emotional appeal to his colleagues to vote yes.
Some have said it would diminish the Bible. When somebody can have rocks cry out and praise Him, how can I diminish the Bible?
The Judiciary Committee is closed until January. And in the legislature today, a bill that would give people with incurable diseases access to experimental drugs. The Right to Try bill passed unanimously in the Senate. It now goes back to the House for lawmakers to approve a slight change in that measure. And if passed, the law would let Tennessee doctors prescribe any drug that has passed the FDA's Phase 1 testing trials. And will lawmakers be moving out of Legislative Plaza? It is an idea that's being considered right now. Crews in charge of taking care of state buildings say the infrastructure, like pipes and air conditioning, are in bad shape. One of the options is to move state lawmakers from the plaza to the War Memorial Building and put them in the Cordell Hull building. So you may remember just a couple of years ago, the governor wanted to tear down Cordell Hull. The plan also states that Legislative Plaza could be turned into a parking garage.
All right, we're going to hear it later today. Play ball. After years of planning and building and suspense, the brand new Nashville Sound Stadium is ready for fans.
It is, and today's home opener against the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. It's going to be the first game ever in that stadium. Let's check in with Cuthbert Langley live inside First Tennessee Park. And Cuthbert, you've done a great job this morning showing us around, and now we're going to talk about everybody's favorite.
Food.
Yeah, the concessions.
Sweet.
Absolutely, yeah. My favorite part, I don't think a baseball game would be complete without the food. We're inside one of the many new concession stands that are here at First Tennessee Park. We've heard a lot about the food this morning. Amy, you talked about hot chicken just a little bit ago. That's my favorite. I'm joined right now with Dave Keitel, who's basically the hospitality guru, if you could call it that, of the new stadium. Can you talk about some of the new menu items coming to play this year?
Yeah, we partnered with Pepper Fire Hot Chicken, so we're going to be serving hot chicken at the ballpark. We've got a pork chop sandwich that I'm really excited about, and right now we're standing in the barbecue stand where we're smoking all of our own pulled pork. We have some smoked chicken legs. This stand also has my favorite item on the menu, and that's the loaded tater tots, smothered in chili and cheese.
That sounds delicious. I wish it wasn't 7:15 so we could get back there in the kitchen and eat it all. And we've seen some, like the Yazoo breweries out here. You kind of seem like you have a lot of local products. How important is it to stay local with all these concession stands?
It's really important to us. You know, people from Nashville expect to have local things. They don't want a cheeseburger from New York City. They want hot chicken. They want their local beer. They want Purity Dairy ice cream. So we partnered with as many local people as we could so we could bring a flavor of Nashville to the ballpark.
And we're taking a look at video now of the stadium itself and just seeing how large it is. In terms of concessions, kind of what process did you guys have to go through to make sure everything is geared up and ready to go for tonight?
I've been living and breathing this for the last 6 months, from the construction to the design to just, you know, physically getting all this equipment in here. We have to go through all sorts of testing and make sure everything works, and full load and gas tests, and it's been a lot of work, but we're excited and we're ready to go for tonight.
Yeah, ready to go. So everything is geared up. All the concession stands are going to be open tonight. No foreseen problems or anything like that?
No foreseen problems. We've fired everything up. Everything's been tested. As you can see in this stand, we're fully stocked, ready to go. Just waiting for 5 o'clock when gates open.
All right, me too. I'm ready for some of that food. It smells delicious. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So you've seen it all here. We've gotten the great view of the field. We're inside the kitchen. First pitch is tonight at 7:05. The ribbon cutting ceremony before that at 4:30. So I can tell you it's going to be a fun night out here. If you have a chance to swing by just to see all of the energy here, see all of the folks, 10,000 people filling the stadium. It's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to chow down on some of that hot chicken a little bit later on. We'll have much more coming up at 7:30, but for now, we're live here in downtown Nashville. This morning, I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
I'm with you, Cuthbert. Sounds good. Don't forget to stick with News Channel 5 all day long for the latest details on the sounds. We'll have coverage right up until the first pitch, and if you miss it, you can always view our stories online at newschannel5.com.